How long could you survive in The Sims trapped in a single room? Normally in The Sims, you go out, meet people, get a job, and pay your bills. If you stayed in your room, you'd starve to death. But what if you had a computer and some means of generating income? Today we're embarking on the ultimate one-room survival challenge in The Sims. Start out in a sheetrock enclosure and expand your house as you earn money from online work or whatever means you can use to pull yourself up. Can we earn enough money to survive before we go mad? Or will we die alone and cold on the floor without enough food? Let's get on to the playthrough. Okay, welcome everybody to The Sims 4. Start a new game. Okay, the very first thing we have to do is customize our sim. We have this man with very wild long hair. I think we're going to name him Will Not Leave. It's French, because he's gonna be stuck in one room for quite a long time and not allowed to go anywhere. Alright, I have created his appearance, and he is perfect in every way. There's only one thing he's missing. We need to give him, of course, a fedora. This man is a neckbeard. He's been living inside for God knows how long. He's been shut in his house. Look, he's pretty overweight, he lacks fashion, and I hope it gets better for him. We have the ambition of becoming fabulously wealthy. We do have some skills and talents here. Interested in painting, photography, programming, and gaming. He's ambitious, cheerful, and thinks practice makes perfect, because without those beliefs, I don't know how he'll survive in the life he's destined for. Alright, confirm. Will not leave. Let's begin. Alright, here's our neighborhood. I think we'll pick Bargain Bend. That sounds like about my price range right now. Alright, we've spawned in at our empty house lot. Amazing. Okay, we'll just walk out into the middle of the grass and pause time. Now, the only acceptable way to begin the one-room challenge is to be perfectly stuck in a one-by-one cell. And we've just brought our starting funds down to $0. So now, what do we do? I am a sad man who has been unfortunately encased in an actual box of sheetrock. What are we going to do? I really don't have too many options here. I am just standing here in pure stupidity. What other options do we have? Cloud gaze. That's very funny. There's not very much to see up here. What else do we have? Go jogging. Also very limited in the area to jog. Well, really the only thing I can do here is just go on my phone, and that is sad. Let's see. Am I meeting my social need on the phone? No, it's not even meeting my social need. This is terrible. Well, my options are really to either sit in here and die or go on my smartphone and I guess I could start a business, buy a retail store or a vet clinic. Well, that seems a little bit ambitious for $0. I don't think I can get approved for a loan from sitting inside of a one-by-one sheetrock cell. That is not the best way to prove one's expertise to the powers that be. I could play a game on my phone. Alright, that helps me meet my fun need at the very least. But it's only a matter of time before bladder, hunger, energy, social, and hygiene all go to a terrible place. Which begs the question, how are we going to create value? Let's see, start social media page, call fire department or police station, have baby as a single parent. Of course, the only thing you can do when you have nothing in The Sims 4 is take selfies. I've taken 5 selfies. They're all poor quality, and I'm going to sell these online to stock photo websites for around $2 to $5 a piece. These were pretty terrible, these ones, but hopefully they'll get a little bit better. I've already made $15 just standing here. That can't buy me very much. I mean, as long as I have my phone, I'll be able to meet my fun need. Bladder will sort of take care of itself when I can't hold it in any longer. Social, I'll just have to choose to be miserable. Hygiene as well. And energy, I might just be able to collapse of exhaustion on the ground. But hunger might be the most pressing need right now, and there's not even any room inside of my one-by-one cell to place food, or a food receptacle of some type. So it's a little bit desperate here. What is the cheapest possible food container or refrigerator that we could buy? We have the Guerdon Foods mini fridge for 350 simoleons. Alright, so we've got to take $350 worth of selfies in order to buy this fridge and not die. Well, time's a waste, and let's take some more selfies. I do love it when life just gives me a clear task of what I have to do with my limited time here on Earth. Oh, my photography skill is improving. I'm not actually even getting real pictures of myself. It looks like these are pictures of the wall. Well, whatever, some idiot will buy them online. Okay, my photography skill is slightly improving. Let's take a lot more of these selfies. Oh wow, look, the angle got just slightly different. This is such a better picture. Let me just queue a bunch of these because I really don't have a lot of time and I have to produce content in order to survive. This is getting uncomfortably like my real life. Here we go, and oh wow, these are great pictures. Wow, I can hardly even believe how good I look. I mean, who wouldn't want to pay $5 for a photo online of this guy? Oh, this is amazing, Will. You've gained a level in photography. Now maybe people will be willing to pay slightly more money for the photos of you. I have 85 of them and they're all worth somewhere between maybe $2 and $7. Oh, the value on these photos was really awful. Now, unfortunately, this does take him a lot of time to sell these photos because I keep having to go online and sell them to more stock photo sites or whoever is the buyer of these stupid photos. I don't think I'm generating simoleons at a fast enough rate. I didn't even get any money for that one. Let me just take a few more here. Now that I've taken my first set of selfies, these new ones will be way better. This is the actual male experience of posting photos online of oneself in 2025. Oh, look, Will, you're actually making like $7 or $8 for some of these photos of yourself now. Alright, we've finally raised enough money to afford the terrible refrigerator. The only problem is that if I purchase this, unfortunately it would be outside of my room and that's against the rules of the challenge. I can't put it in the room, otherwise I would be inside of the refrigerator. We have reached an impasse. The only way to push forward is to expand the room. We need more money. It is a one-room challenge. As the one-room challenge goes, so our walls must expand to encompass the rest of the yard. That cost $180. Alright, well, now we can take away this piece of wall and be refunded $60. Okay, that's pretty good. We're back up to $242 now. Alright, now we just need to raise a little bit more money. Let me just take some more selfies. Oh, look, I can change the pose now. I'm so wacky and zany. Everyone will love me. Look, Will, you have so much more space now. Well, not for long. We need this for your survival. Come on, are any of the $3? Okay, we gotta get going faster here. Amazing, I'm back up to $350. Alright, now we can afford to buy you the minimum furniture for your immediate survival. Here is a mini fridge. Will use it in good health. Look, you have so many options now. Well, maybe not really so many, but you do have two options. You could stand there playing games on your phone, or you can now eat animal crackers out of the refrigerator. My god, he hardly had space to open up that refrigerator door. Look at him. Where will he put the bowl? No, where did you even get that bowl in the first place? He's just standing there in pure stupidity. He put the bowl on top of the fridge. What will we do? There's no place to put it. This is horrible. Alright, well, it remains to be seen if we'll be able to stack other bowls on top of the fridge, or if that is the only meal we were able to acquire from the fridge. Okay, bladder. Eventually, we will just pee. So, bathroom is technically not required. Social need. Can we somehow meet that through Social Bunny? Oh, I don't actually know anyone. I could just start a social media page as a man who's trying to survive in a sheetrock enclosure. I'm sure that would get a lot of hits. You know, it's kind of a niche interest, but I mean, maybe I would like to follow along with the journeys of a man sitting inside of his house with no openings or air for an extended period of time. It would be an interesting arc of development to follow, don't you think? Alright, but realistically, we probably do need some other way of meeting some of these other needs. And honestly, this is kind of a low life. Sitting here, taking photos of myself, selling pictures of my body online. This is a completely average experience for young people living in 2025. I would like to slightly enhance my existence right now, because this is becoming a little bit soul-killing. Oh well, I'm just going to have to keep doing it until I raise enough money. Alright, it's getting to be a little bit late in the day, a little bit after 3 p.m. And I'm really still not making very much money from these photos. Too much time is passing and my needs are still getting worse by the second, but we did manage to save up enough money to slightly move out the sheetrock enclosure again. I'm going to create another section right here. Amazing. Look, my means have grown threefold. All right, is this enough to afford a shower? Nope, I need more money. All right, give me a minute. All right, it's getting a little bit late in the day, but we finally have enough money to afford a shower. Oh, I could leap with joy. So hunger, we have our refrigerator. Fun, we can play games on our phone. Bladder, we can just pee on the floor. Hygiene, we have a shower. Now all we need to take care of are social and energy. Pretty good. Alright, it's getting late in the day and my needs are dropping. It's almost 6 o'clock. I just need to take a few more photos on my phone. I'm living the existence of a really sad person on social media, just endlessly taking pictures of myself, hoping that other people will like them. Oh no, Will is taking a shower. We gotta get him out of there. That's a waste of good shower water. You gotta wait until your bladder is all the way down to take a shower. What if the shower breaks? That's a waste of money. Alright, let me just raise some more money here. Oh no, Will, don't let your full bladder distract you. You have to keep selling photos online. It's almost nightfall and you still don't have a bed. You know, I don't have to sell all of these. I can put some of these pictures of myself up in my room. Here we go. I'll just put several identical selfies of myself up on the wall to keep me company and improve the room value. I'm just living in a cell surrounded by photos of myself. There we go. I can put a couple on top of the refrigerator for a decoration. Perfect. Wow, this really enhances the interior decoration. It's so nice to be surrounded by photos of myself living in here. Oh no, he stopped selling the photos. He doesn't have room to sell the photos. Hang on a second, we have to expand the walls. Oh no, he's getting uncomfortable. Hang in there, Will. It looks like your bladder is about to explode on the floor. We're just gonna live with the consequences of that, whatever they may be. We will expand the wall out in the meantime. A toilet is an unaffordable luxury right now. Let's just make a little bit more space. You know, actually, I think I'm going to build out 2 of these. I probably could have saved a little bit of money right there, but hey, I think we're doing a little bit better now. Right now, Will has no social life at all, and it is getting worse. No, stop trying to take a shower. No showers allowed. Not until you pee. All right, here we go. We are going to buy a computer, the cheapest possible desk and chair setup. Here we go. We'll use this kindergarten chair and... we can't afford any computers. The cheapest PC is the how low can you go desk block. 800 simoleons. That's a lot of money right now. I'm still nowhere near that, but it's the only way I'm going to be able to chat with babes online and meet my social needs. All right, he's thinking about photography. Good. We're not going to do much of anything else for a few more days. Oh, look how sad he is. He's getting all morose and forlorn. There, Will. It'll get better for you soon, but not for a while. You just have to masochistically produce more content, more photos, but look at all of the material possessions it's gotten you. Oh, this one is really a painful expression. Let's see more of that. These will go for a lot more money, I'll bet you. You know, they say misery makes for great art after all. Oh no, it looks like Will can't actually get to the refrigerator for some reason. This is terrible. We're going to need some more space. Oh, this is not good. He won't even sell selfies because he's too hungry. It looks like we're going to have to sell back the chair. Right, let's see. Are you able to eat once again? Thank goodness. Wow, he somehow managed to acquire a second bowl. Who even knows how? The first one really doesn't look so good. Oh, it looks like we have urinated. All right, we're not looking so good. It's time to take that shower. Well deserved. Okay, our needs are finally getting met. That met our bladder need, and now our hygiene need is being met. We have somehow just dematerialized the bowl I got out of the fridge, so I can't really explain that. All right, we're actually pretty good again. But this is not good if he is too hungry to sell selfies. We might not be able to get much more done. We have to sell more of these before midnight. But this is questionable. I mean, if he completely runs out of energy and goes crazy from lack of social skills, he might not have the willpower to ever take a selfie again. That would be so sad. It looks like the second bowl is going next to the first. It is a question mark how many bowls will be able to be fit atop this refrigerator before we need to solve this problem. But let's not cross that bridge until we come to it. Let's just keep selling these photos online. Oh no, you're running out of space again. Why don't you have space to sell selfies? This is bad. This man is getting stir-crazy from being so claustrophobic. We have to make a drastic expansion of his room. This is a desperate attempt. Okay, here we go. We're just going to take out this wall. That's lots more space for you now, Will. I think we will just square this off and take out these walls, and perfect. We will move the shower there, and... Okay, it's not as bad as it was before. Now this is starting to look like a studio apartment in New York City. Very luxurious. Okay, good. He is able to sell pictures again. Oh, he's upset due to the lack of walking again. Too much stuff is clouding Will's mind. He wants to take a mindful walk. Maybe you can take the walk inside of this room? Oh no, this is bad. This calls for drastic action. Alright, well, I haven't slept in 24 hours, and it would be nice to get in some shut-eye, so maybe this Gordian cot will work. Only 255 simoleons. Let's give it a shot. Alright, let's try right there. Wow, look, Will. An actual bed for you to sleep in with your body. Amazing. Look at the incredible life I've built for myself in only 24 hours. Sure, it's got its fair share of problems, but everything under this roof is mine. My shower, my refrigerator, my desk that I haven't been able to use, my cot, the pictures of me on the wall, and even the bowls that I can't find anywhere to put. This is the American dream in 2025. And to think, I own all this. All with 81 simoleons to my name. Wow. Alright, waking up all well-rested now. Alright, what a great night. I managed to get in so much sleep and I'm feeling way better. Well, our protagonist still doesn't look very happy. He is sad. He wants to either fulfill an aspirational goal, start a new career, oh well, not gonna do that for a while, or socialize. That is so sad. I'm just standing here, he's gotten into his bathrobe and somehow gotten another bowl out of the refrigerator. What is it this time? Oh, he's upset about the smell of the dishes that are piling up too. Well, I don't blame him, but where will he put this new bowl? Let's observe for a moment. Amazing. Okay, look, there was space for a third bowl. Okay, we keep putting off this problem. I'm so lonely. Alright, can you just ignore more of your pesky human needs for a moment and continue selling these no, he's unable to sell selfies again. It's put him through too much. He simply can't do anymore. I need to find some other way of doing something. Oh, he's suddenly happy again. Alright. Okay, that was getting to be kind of a nail-biter. I was feeling happy, and then it turned into focus, which has allowed me to summon up the willpower to take another 25 or 30 photos of myself, which are now actually selling for slightly better money because my photography skill is, of course, improving. Except sometimes I am self-sabotaging by being disgusted by the smells that I am creating in my own house. I just need to raise a little bit more money to get the last item I need. It's okay, Will. Don't let your desire to go on a mindful walk prevent you from meeting your survival needs. You just have to endure taking a few more stock photos of yourself and then this will all be over. Alright, bathroom. Well, just ignore that for a minute. I have something better for you. So the only need remaining that we have not managed to meet is some sort of social interaction. And if looking at photos of myself on the wall of my own house doesn't count as socializing, well then maybe looking at pictures of people online will meet my social needs. Alright, let's hope that none of this fancy new technology breaks. I will go onto a social networking site and check my timeline with all 0 people I know. Okay, this looks like a really old website. But you know what, Will, if this meets your social need, then I'm really happy for you. I mean, I thought my life couldn't get any better looking at so many pictures of myself every day, but amazing! We even have a little bit of extra cash left over, 111 simoleons. I can meet all of my needs. Bladder, I still need to wait to urinate myself and then take a shower, but, well, there's not really much room for a toilet here, so we're going to need to expand out more if we want to enjoy the decadence of that luxury now. Alright, I can technically meet all of my needs right here, as long as nothing breaks, and then there still is the question of, where are all of these bowls going to go? They're all about to spoil, it's very unsafe. I might get a disease or something, I don't know, I haven't played much of this game. I still don't really know what's going on. I mean, just look at us. We started out in a 1x1 cell, and then we expanded out. I'm really impressed with how this quest is going. Oh, look, he's found love online. I'm very happy for you, Will. You don't even have on your stylish fedora anymore. Oh, he really has to go to the bathroom. You know, this does beg the question. if we wanted to, could we potentially replace our desk chair with a toilet and just use that as a seat? Oh no, it doesn't look like he can access that as a seat. I thought we were going to perform the ultimate life hack, but I guess we'll have to save that for later. We are selling the toilet for now, unfortunately. All right, back to plan A. It looks like we are getting out the 4th bowl. Let's see how this goes. Right, amazing. He has located the 4th bowl beside the computer. What an inventive way to procure more storage space in this ever-evolving puzzle of dirty dishes. All right, let's continue with the social media usage in order to feel good about myself. At this rate, I should soil myself again. There we go, right on time, and that need is met. We can take a shower, and amazing. All right, all my needs are met, just about. I'm very embarrassed, but I mean, there's no good reason to be. It's just me in here alone with my dirty bowls, my photos of myself. What is this character coming to? This is the worst, man. All right, I need a nap. I've got some thinking to do. We're running out of storage space here. I'm still not out of the woods yet. All right, it looks like he's going back onto social media to feel good again. All right, we've earned enough money to once again expand out the walls of my humble domicile. We can move everything to more sensible locations. As much as I liked our old house, this is getting to be a little bit better for the feng shui. There's so much space, I simply don't know what to do with it all. Let's see what Will goes for first. All right, he wants to sit once again at the computer in the corner. That's fine. There's so much more room on the floor that I could put dirty bowls if we were unable to further alter our circumstances. But this is pretty good. We've got a nice cash buffer now at 399 simoleons. That's nice. Now we can start to self-actualize and build toward a life of decadence that I deserve. Amazing. All right, well, I mean, our hunger need is met. Social needs met by chatting with babes online. Hygiene, I do have that shower. Energy, got a bed. I think we will begin with the luxury of an actual toilet. I can hardly believe my own excitement. I think I will locate the toilet right here next to my bed. Maybe in the future I would envision like a flat screen TV on this wall so that I could eat food, defecate, and be entertained at the same time. Look at me go. I have so many options now in my little slice of paradise. Look, he's already making use of all this extra floor space to put bowls just on the ground. I think I'm just gonna leave that one for now, you know? It is still a major question mark how we're going to get rid of these bowls. But I think that the room is expanding at a faster rate than we are creating bowls. So we'll just leave that one off for a little while from now. All right, a few more hours have passed, and after selling the last of the photos I'll ever need to sell of myself online, we now move on to fancy living. Well, maybe not fancy living yet, but hey, at least now when I make money, I will be learning a skill while I do it. That's right. In classic Sims fashion, we are going to be buying an easel to sell some paintings. Although this is a risk, each canvas that I create costs me $50. There is the possibility that at the low skill level I am currently at, I may be unfortunately forced to sell the canvas for less money than I purchased it for, because I actually will devalue it because of how low my artistic skills are. Hopefully that won't happen because it does come back fast, but hey, at least I'm learning painting and I'll make more money per unit than I would with selling photos online. And honestly, selling photos of myself online feels just a little bit sus. Oh wow, this is looking amazing. Well, it really isn't looking amazing. I'm lying, of course. But if we bought a light bulb, it would look much better. Unfortunately, buying a light bulb right now would be too much of a financial risk. I might be at ruin if I do that. So let's just stick with the painting, try it in the dark, and we'll see if you improve. You are already almost at painting level 2, so this is already well ahead of schedule. Let's keep going. All right, what a beautiful painting of a stick figure horse in a meadow with a childish tree and some clouds and a flower in the background. That is really sad. All right, I will sell this to the collector for 44 simoleons. What did I tell you? Less money than I paid for the canvas. Do it right this time, Will. While we are abusing him in the corner to create art, let's just check on our needs. It looks like this is meeting my fun need. Painting is my new modus operandi. The only thing that could really lead you to financial ruin here would be if you really messed up, but it looks like you did a good job at this one. $80. All right, that made up for my last failed investment of the stick figure llama horse. Come on. I know you haven't seen the outside world in, well, for all we know, forever, but it's been at least 3 days you've been stuck in here, but just try to remember what nice things looked like. Wow, that's beautiful. It's coming along so nicely. What is it? It looks like some fruits. It's too bad you don't have any fruits in here because, well, that would make your life a lot better, but right now it's still a pretty terrible life. All right, we are doing a little bit better here. We are learning some painting skills. We gotta just raise some more money here, though. It's gonna take a lot more skill than that. Level 3, amazing. Oh man, I have the options of pop art painting and painting from reference. Let's do a pop art painting. That would be cool. Like making Andy Warhols from going so crazy living in my room. All right, I have no idea what that is, but all right, $110, pretty good. We are improving a lot here. Let's try a reference painting. Why don't you use the toilet as a reference? Wait, don't forget to get the stinking rotting bowls in the background and maybe some of those pictures of me in the periphery. There we go. The composition is all off, but oh well. Oh wow. That actually looks really good with whatever filter they did on that. Oh no, only $37. I've made a horrible mistake. Never again. Let's go back to pop art. I wonder if it actually, like, takes into account how terrible my surroundings are to produce that output. All my other paintings were better. Let's never do that again. All right, we are making whatever this is. Wow, that's incredible. How much? Oh, 105. Amazing. Sadly, my life still sucks. I still live in a box that is a bathroom, kitchen, office, bedroom, and anything else you could imagine it to be. It would be nice to have a light. I've been living in the dark for so long. We could go for the cheapest possible lamp, the dispersive lamp. Well, this looks extremely depressing. Let's at least use that as a starting point. We'll just put one of those up on the ceiling. It looks like a surgery room in here. Oh, amazing. If we have 2 light sources, it's actually not as depressing anymore. And we'll put in one of these Japanese-style lamps to improve the feng shui. Wow, that looks perfect. I challenge you to create something that is more inspiring in interior design. You will fail. And since I may still continue to expand the room, I will refrain from painting the walls. Let's just stay with the depressing-looking sheetrock because it's not under construction, it's just post-industrialist. You probably don't know enough about art to understand it. All right, we have just gotten lights, which honestly, it is slightly improved, even if it, in all honesty, still looks quite terrible. You know, probably the next thing I'm worried about is running out of food. You know, I think the next thing we need to save up for is an actual real refrigerator, not just a mini fridge. It would be a shame to die after we've come so far and achieved so much. I'm also not getting enough of my social needs met from just looking at the computer. I'm going to need a more lifelike computer in order to better simulate social interactions. He's not looking very happy with this. He keeps hitting the computer, and yet somehow it's still raising his social. This is happiness? All right, I'm not questioning social interaction in modern social media dynamics. I'm just trying to help. Right, I'm just a few more paintings away from, well, something better. This, whatever this is, isn't working. It's unsustainable. All right, I've reached level 2 of the entrepreneur skill, probably from all the sales I've made. Level 5 painting, amazing. $259 for my pop art painting. Oh man, I'm even completing milestones in my ambition to become fantastically wealthy. All right, 700 simoleons and I'm getting a lot better at painting. I'm going to buy a backup fridge in case if my first one poops out. And I'm not talking about real poop, because I already have plenty of that in this room. No, this is for survival needs. Right, that's less room to put plates around everywhere, but we've already stashed a few behind the computer and a glass of milk. Focus, back to painting. We have to make something really big that'll set me up with enough money so that I can focus on an even bigger entrepreneurial pursuit. Level 6 painting. Amazing level 7 painting. Look, I'm painting actual women. You can always tell that it's a great artist when he's full of libido and he's painting actual women. You can really see the desire, the passion. Amazing. $1,600 for a single painting. This is a jackpot. This is my masterpiece. Am I sure I want to sell it? I could put it up on the wall. You know what? No, I need to paint more women. I'll put those pictures on my wall. This is a worthless painting. I don't know why they're willing to pay so much for it. All right. Well, we do have $2,500 now. And that's pretty good. I think we could afford to get rid of our old computer now. This is just a heaping giant pile of garbage. Who needs it? Let's relocate my bowl to the floor and this glass of milk also on the floor. I'll add them to my collection down there. Now, what I have in mind is something far more grandiose. See, we were just computing on a box, but what if we bought a streaming setup? That's right, we're going to buy streamer's first computer. So you're ready to move up from playing video games alone on your couch to streaming for hordes of subscribers. We're going to play out a new series of adventures that really just constitutes performance art. I'm recording a video about recording videos, but I need to get a lot better at gaming before I game for people. We're going to play The Sims while playing The Sims.
It's Simception.
I'm going to put this portrait of this abstract woman from my imagination up next to all of my selfies in the corner. Wow, this is the interior decoration of a room that says, I'm completely normal, there's nothing wrong with me. But we've made a lot of money. Some of those paintings went for a lot of dough. 5,535 simoleons. Man, all it takes is a couple masterpieces and you're set for life. Except I'm not set for life because the pile of dishes is growing around me. I could just keep expanding the room, but there would be a limit. I think it's time to engage in yet another wall expansion. Oh no, this will ruin my woman corner. I think we need to expand the room out this way. This would do much better. Alright, we are just going to delete the walls and move everything over slightly. We will just relocate the fridge into the new darkness over here, and... oh, that is really cursed. What am I doing? Whatever, let's just do it anyway. I'm going to choose to just keep the PC in the corner. You know, I guess I could afford a better desk, but let's just leave it like that for right now. Alright, so many dishes, what to do? We can't sell them, they have to be thrown away. Perhaps we could somehow utilize video game logic to get rid of them forever. You know, if bowls were able to materialize from out of nothing to begin with, maybe they will just disappear if we will it. I'm going to get myself some really nice granite countertops because I deserve the best. And then we'll just put a dishwasher right there. Now this is very expensive, but I think we can afford it now because I am, after all, a genius. Okay, let's try to clean up some of the dishes. And wow, look at him go! He's getting so many of them! How many plates can he stack at once? Oh, I was hoping that they would all separately animate. Wow, it looks so clean in here, Will. What have you done with the place? Oh my goodness. Let's see if it overflows. It didn't. By the same logic with which they entered the universe, so these dishes will leave. I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. You know, without the terrible dishes, this is beginning to look pretty swanky. What kind of high roller lives in this abstract room? Sheetrock, what a striking interior design choice. Alright, let's begin to upgrade this man's setup. It's time to reach for decadence. So long, goodbye, classroom desk. We are going to use this incredible drafting desk. Actually, that does look pretty sweet, and we will put our terrible computer on that. And let's get rid of our bad chair. You really can't have a bad chair. You gotta get something nicer. Or it will destroy your circulation. Alright, well, all of these chairs do look objectively horrible, but this one doesn't look as bad as the others. Alright, now that we have a little bit of financial breathing room to cover ourselves in the case of an emergency where I need to sell everything, let's, spend a lot of time on the computer. Well, we're gonna do some gaming. I need to be really good at gaming if I'm going to make a career streaming. The sad part is that I actually did a lot of this before I actually started creating videos. I tried to get really good at FPS games, but no one wanted to watch me play FPS games, so I had to resort to playing The Sims, and, well, it's been exactly that way ever since. I have risen to level 3 of the video gaming skill. I've become a pretty good gamer. I think I'm qualified for this. It's time for me to embark on a new career. That's right, I'm going to whip out my phone and I'm going to find a job. After all this experience sitting in my room alone, there's only one job I am very overqualified for, and that is, of course, a Simfluencer career track. Got a webcam? Got a hint of personality. Be a Simfluencer and big companies will search you out to help shill their latest wares. Well, that is correct. I'm going to become an internet goblin micro-celebrity. Let's see. 5:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. I have Sundays and Wednesdays off. Well, all right. Work assignment, make a lifestyle product review and upload. All right. I mean, I don't even really have any followers yet, but whatever. Right, I've already reached level 2 in the entrepreneur skill. I am, of course, very intelligent, and I'm going to make a lot of money. Let's see. It is entirely unclear how I am supposed to show up for work. All right, I guess I'm going to need to improve my charisma, too. I'm going to become famous for sitting in my room alone. This is the ultimate form of decadence. I'm just going to buy a mirror here so that I can stare at myself and feel better about who I am. All right, Will, I can visibly see your confidence is low, but it is rising slowly. I have acquired the charisma skill. Will's new skill in charisma will allow him to successfully joke more frequently and learn about other Sims faster. Nothing says high charisma like constantly making jokes, after all. Level 2, yes, we have acquired the skills needed for promotion. All right, stop looking in that mirror right now, Mr. Popular. You have a lifestyle product to make a review of. Not that I really have much lifestyle worth reviewing. I mean, I just sit in a room by myself with no wallpaper and pictures of me up everywhere, and a woman that I long for on the wall. But honestly, you know, maybe this is somehow relatable. Maybe someone out there will understand me and this will speak to them. Let's just make this stupid lifestyle review and see if it gets me popular. Start off my videos with a catchphrase, maybe something like, "Buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Charisma is about to turn on his charm in this video." Do you think people would click off in the first few seconds if I said something like that? All right, great. This is almost done, and this is unfortunate. I was hoping that being a social media influencer would improve my social skill, but ironically, social media has actually made my social life worse. All right, I have improved in so many ways. All right, looks like we are done with our lifestyle review as well. Amazing. This is taking too long. Let me review a chessboard instead. If only I could find some place to locate a chessboard, maybe right here next to the dishwasher. We're going to have to relocate a few of these things. The mirror. Oh, it's so sad. Will is reviewing the easel and the chessboard for his sad start as a social media influencer, but he hasn't even touched them at all. Yes, I've done it. I've created content. 7 pieces of content. Is that a video cassette tape? How did I... Well, whatever it is, let's upload that to the internet. And bingo, my career as a Simfluencer has begun. Don't even need to show up to work. I just upload this video cassette tape to the internet, and then everyone in the world sees it and comments about how much they love me. And then I cry myself to sleep in my room. What does it even mean? Oh, please, milady, what does any of it mean? Alright, this got a little bit too real here for a second. Alright, I guess I don't really even have to show up to work. I mean, I already did all of the stuff I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'll stream in a couple of days or something, so that everyone knows that I'm still alive and not dead. You know, if there were, hypothetically, an influencer that's doing this, which probably there is, knowing all the crazy stuff on YouTube nowadays, you would kind of want to check in, at least from Twitter, every now and then, to just make sure that this kind of person was still alive. Alright, in the meantime, let me go check my side hustle followers. Yeah, how many followers do I have from uploading that one review? I have amassed 22 Simfluencer followers. Having more followers will net better gifts from friendly companies. I really don't know where the gift giving begins. I paid for the chessboard and the easel myself. I'm now running out of money. I'm going to have to go back to painting canvases soon. I'm tired of breathing in paint fumes I want to be paid for doing nothing. All right, let me advertise my Simfluencer hustle online. You love to see a good ad for a guy making an ad. Everyone loves that. Subscribe and leave a nice comment, or you will severely regret it. I'm not threatening you, I'm just stating facts. I'm pretty amazing, and you don't want to be not following me. Cool. Heroic hustling will gain 12 followers. I don't see why I shouldn't just keep doing this. Advertise more. How would this advertisement go? I'm literally sitting in a bathrobe in my desk chair with just this as my background. I mean, this doesn't even look good. This just looks really sad to begin with. Maybe if I just reposition the picture of Milady and a few of these selfies over to the other wall, this will be like a hook for me as a streamer. What other streamer is crazy enough to put pictures of himself on the wall behind him while he's streaming? I think it's pretty crazy. But, you know, some people might respect me for trying to be a little bit different. Let me go ahead and just take a few more selfies. I don't think I have enough in this room. You know what might be even more fun would be to take a picture of myself with the selfies that I've already taken in the background and put those up on the wall. Achievement, picture perfect, wow. Not only have we achieved Simception, but also Photoception. Wow, look at the pictures of me in front of exactly this wall. Oh wow, I have another idea. I'm going to take some more pictures of myself, but this time, I'm going to have a photo of myself with the photo of myself with other photos of myself in the background. This is so crazy. We'll do one with the mirror, with my reverse angle, and still more photos of me in the background for variation. I'm really happy with how this is coming out. Peak interior design. It's perfectly balanced. It's almost painful how beautiful this panorama I've created is. Oh no, I can't even look at the room from this angle anymore because the photos get in the way. I might have to move them at some point. Oh god, I even see them in the mirror from the other angle in the room. Now this is a much better looking stream setup. Look, I've got on my fedora again. That is a distinctive and foppish accoutrement. And then that portrait of Milady along with the photos of me. Amazing. Everyone will want to watch me. I'm like one of those streamers who dresses up as like a hot dog or puts on a whole set of formal business attire on a regular gaming stream just to look a little bit different. I think that's pretty zany. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about this. You know, I've got plenty of time to meet my social needs online, and I'm doing a lot better than I was before. I'm even learning new skills, and I'm still making money. Oh wow, I've reached video gaming level 6. I can now enter professional gaming tournaments. And work starts in 1 hour. Will is currently at work. His boss may not think well of him skipping work. Oh no, for some reason I have to leave my house to go to my Simfluencer job. This is a lie. Alright, well, then I'm quitting that job. Charisma isn't worth it. How many followers did I manage to get? 55 followers. Pretty good. Alright, well, screw it. I'm quitting. I have better things to do. I'm going to find a different career. This is stupid. I'm going to become a video game streamer instead. Playing video games for fun and profit. Oh no, it's a pay grade decrease from Simfluencer. And people don't take gaming seriously. Alright, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. This seems like a much better career for me anyway. Let's see, for my avatar, I'm going to be... You gotta go with a kitty cat. Alright, it's time for me to just constantly stream video games until eventually... I am important. Oh, amazing. You know, some of these games actually look really good. I liked Hillock 3, and now Crypt Keeper looks also like a compelling adventure. Oh, look at me go. I'm reading Twitch chat. I even got it displayed on top there. This game looks pretty good, actually. Why don't they make these games? EA, can we have these games? Why don't they make these games? I would play this. I would pay money to play this. What is that? We're having a rainbow lightsaber duel with a clown scientist? This is crazy. Get out of the way, Will. This game is really good. Who cares about you? Let's watch the game. This is looking pretty good. I've got a bright future ahead of me with all this live streaming going. It's time for me to redirect all of my capacities toward becoming the greatest video game streamer to ever live. Unfortunately, I cannot collect the bills from my mailbox because I'm stuck inside of my house, so that is unfortunate. I will just remain in debt. Hopefully, the amount of money I earn will outpace the interest on my bills until someday I eventually get out of here. But for right now, we are progressing quite rapidly. We are just about to reach video game level 8. I can now make fun of noobs. A successful stream. I gained 9 followers. How many do I actually have then? It's 50 streamer followers. Pretty good. Honestly, the first 100 is the hardest. It is very confusing, especially when you suck. Ooh, let's advertise our gaming stream online. Everyone loves it when you advertise your stream because no one actually really wants to watch you. Amazing, I have increased by 4 followers. Oh no, my computer has malfunctioned and it is looking like a major electrical fire hazard. I guess we could attempt to repair it, but wouldn't that risk accidentally zapping myself and dying without access to the hospital? Well, this is no good. I think I'm going to have to sell the broken PC at $600, better than nothing. All right, how many of these will I burn through before I become the greatest streamer alive? Let's get a better one. I'm going to spend the last of my money on a Hail Mary to hopefully get some online followers. Ooh, that's a pretty cool keyboard. Look how wide my monitor is. I won't even have to look back and forth between 2 of them anymore. This is begging the question, is it better to actually stream or just advertise for my stream? Wouldn't the advertisements cost money though? I guess we should just stream for now. Come on, you gotta fake it till you make it, Will. All right, we're just about to reach gaming level 9. Will is now an elite gamer. Few can match his gaming prowess. Oh no, the toilet is broken. Well, that one seems safe to fix. I think you can do that, Will. For some reason, all of my selfies have just been replaced with black nothingness. Somehow this is a little bit sad and existential. Maybe we'll replace some of them, though. But whatever. The blackness expresses the lack of, well, many things in my life. I hope it gets better for me. Or I have produced some sort of toilet repair matter. I guess I could scavenge it for parts. Oh no, I've just produced a massive pile of trash in my room and I have no way of getting rid of it. I guess I could put it into my inventory. Alright, I'll just put that trash in my pocket. That's the last time I ever try to repair anything in this house. Otherwise, it's just going to produce more and more trash in my pockets that eventually, well, we'll have nowhere to put it. Look, it can't even be sold or deleted. Alright, I have maxed out my entrepreneurial skill. Amazing. Oh, this is great. Even though that I can't become a Simfluencer, I can use the world's greatest social networking app. It's Social Bunny. Let's open it up. Welcome to Social Bunny, a place to connect with other Sims and virtually share your life. All right, let's make a new post. I'm gonna be one of those people who constantly self-promotes. Post about my video game stream. I'm sharing my side hustle, bro. Content creation is my true passion. I'm hoping to use my platform to make friends and spread positive. Oh, that's so sad. I have none. Let me send a message out to just someone. All right, let's try friendly message to just, oh, I don't have anyone to send it to, never mind. Oh, this is so sad. All right, I'm just going to start advertising it. That's the fastest way. I'm just going to shamelessly self-promote on every internet forum I can find. Maybe someone will love me. I have 24 hours to pay my bills before my power is shut off. Oh, this is terrible. How will you live stream video games, Will? All right, let's see if we can at least max out our gaming skill. Yes, I have reached the maximum level. Unfortunately, I am unable to get to the mailbox because the mailbox is outside and I am contractually obligated to remain within the confines of this room. Oh, this is crazy. We've got 162 followers. All right, I'm just going to keep advertising online. It's more time efficient. You gotta learn what to make so that people will want to come and watch it. There's just so many options of all the incredible content out there on the internet now to watch. But honestly, this guy is pretty fascinating. So, I mean, all you would really need to do would just be install a camera in like the upper corner of this room, and that is sort of an interesting live view. I would watch that, like, for a while, and then the experiment would continue. Other people would come onto it, and I'm sure this guy would have millions of fans. All right, let's try streaming again. I'm still just doing it. When do you actually start earning any tips from the stream? 227 followers. Does streaming actually do anything yet? Oh no, my boss is calling. I have a boss? I'm at work. Why is my boss I'm gonna get fired from streaming. My performance is dropping. Who is my boss? Oh, my boss is me. This is so existentially confusing. Unfortunately, I was late for work streaming because I was too busy streaming. This makes no sense to me whatsoever. I'm really feeling pretty terrible right now. They're about to shut off the power, too. Oh no, this is unfortunate. They've actually turned off the power in my house. I no longer have lights. Am I able to? Nope, power has been shut off. Pay your bills. How far will this go? All right, well, that sucks. I hadn't thought of this. This is really unfortunate. Well, I'm basically back to the life that I was already living then, right? Well, I mean, this has become useless. Let me just take my expensive gamer setup and put it in the corner as a reminder of my failed streaming career. I'm going to put the chessboard in the middle of the floor now, and I think I'll just leave those turned off lights up there. Can we get some candles or something going in here? Let's see. No, unfortunately, just about everything is electrical powered. Oh, wait a minute. Right, let's use an oil lamp. That could keep it lit in here. Maybe some candles. Oh, here we go. We could just use oil lamps to keep this room bright. I'll put a few on the floor around here where there's no furniture. Pretty good. I'd like to see the power company try to control me and my life. Now that I have these oil lamps, I'm living off the grid. I'm independent. I haven't even paid my property taxes. Try to enforce it. You probably can't because I'm encased in solid sheetrock. All right, I am running a little bit low on money though. You know, this whole playthrough has followed a really emotional arc. Well, at the very least, I can return to and resume my life of becoming the greatest painter alive. I mean, maybe in classic Sims fashion. I was doing pretty well at that. I was thinking that my video game streamer career would become like more important, but you know, maybe this is foreshadowing of things to come in my own real life when eventually the powers that be shut off the power to my house. I'll just become a painter and use oil lamp. I think this is actually a very relaxing and agreeable existence. Look at me, I'm consumed by my art. All right, this is actually getting me closer to my goal of becoming fabulously wealthy and earning 25,000 simoleons. Level 9 painting. Oh, I'm actually making a lot for these paintings now. I just made $5.89 for one of them. All right, let's see what he can do at his maximum skill. Wow, I've actually painted the Sim version of American Gothic. You can't sell that one. It's going on the wall. My work starts in only an hour, but I can't even go on the computer to quit my job. Oh, wait a minute. I still have my smartphone. They can't shut off the power to my phone. I'm gonna make an apology video and quit being a YouTuber. Here we go. Unfortunately, everyone, I have lost power to my house. I can't access the mailbox. Why am I making a phone call? I guess I must be having like a group Discord call with all of my followers. I'm going to leave casual streaming behind. This wasn't the right career path for me. I regret this. Oh no, I just realized this is terrible. Oh, this is awful. Now that they've cut off the power, I actually can't meet my social need anymore. There's no way of meeting it if I don't have power here. Can I somehow open Social Bunny on my phone? Social. I don't actually know anyone because I've just been in my house forever. Maybe I could plan a social event alone. Oh no, all of the events would take place outside of my house. This is horrible. The only way would be to somehow convince someone to dig through the sheetrock wall and meet me where I'm at. As it stands right now, I'm stuck in here. My mood is getting dangerously low. I have sustained all of my other needs except for my social, and I keep painting the same portrait over and over again. Oh no, Will, this is terrible. I just realized you're going to die. If I can't meet my social needs, I eventually will stop being able to create art, and then it's only a matter of time before I run out of possessions in order to pay for money for food to survive. Oh no, this is Kafkaesque. Alright, well I can at least put up all the pictures on the wall. They do look pretty good. You know what, let's just wait and see what happens when my social meter drops to absolute zero. Will he still be able to motivate himself? Folks, I think we've done it. We've just reached maximum painting level. Just as I thought, I am a genius in so many areas. Gaming, photography, and painting. No one recognized my talent. I'm now a master artist. I'm so good that I actually can't even make a better painting, so I just keep painting exactly the same thing over and over again. This is objectively the best painting. Here we go, we'll just put it up next to the others. Oh no, my refrigerator broke. I'm going to have to go to the backup refrigerator. I should have got a more expensive one when I finally earned enough money. No, I won't be able to preserve the animal crackers inside anymore. This is very unfortunate. Oh, I'm just realizing that I can't use the dishwasher anymore either. This is unfortunate. Oh no, my social is actually reached minimum. I'm in a bad mood. Oh look, Will. Even in your bad mood, you've managed to somehow squeeze out from your artistic genius yet another portrait of a woman. I'll be like Edward Hopper. Man, I'm running out of space on my wall. I'll have to put this one over here. You know, I gotta be a little bit more space efficient with these. Here we go. That's great. Look, that's so much more symmetrical. You know, no, I gotta keep changing this. This just isn't right. I just keep adding to my wall of genius works. Let me move Milady over here. You know, I actually stand corrected. In the previous Sims games I'd played, if your social meter dropped to the minimum, you wouldn't be able to paint anymore, but I'm still creating incredible canvases. I don't even do this for money anymore. I just do this for me. I'm not selling them. I could be worth millions, but I just choose not to. I do it for myself. I'm a tortured artist. What can I say? Well, what's next? I think at this juncture, it behooves us to ask ourselves, what have we accomplished, and what path forward may contain more existential meaning for my journey toward artistic self-actualization? Can we finally afford this? Can we actually box in the mailbox? Oh no, unfortunately, I am unable to contain the mailbox within the bounds of a room because it is on the edge of the lot. This is really unfortunate because even though that I now have the money to expand out my room, you know, I'm going to create an opening within my room. Look at it, it's still technically one room. I mean, I would say that I have, in a sense, gone as far as it is possible to go with expanding the bounds of my incredible room. What will people think when they pass by my house if they don't immediately just dismiss it as a construction site? Oh, it was modern art from the brutalist period, symbolizing war. I mean, at least I have really high square footage, and that is really good for resale value on this house. You know, I could get rid of the walls of the inner part of the room, but I think that would destroy the performance art that is the soul of this building. You know, they say misery makes for great art. I have no social life anymore. I have achieved decadence and mastered every skill that it is important to know in aesthetics and design. I am a great artist. One of the best to ever live. I am literally tortured by my art. What did it all mean? Nothing. As symbolized by this chandelier with the power out because I forgot that we lost power. The chandelier is a metaphor. What is achievement if divorced from meaning? But I didn't make that up. ChatGPT just told me that one. You know, somehow I think that this is the perfect ending. I could keep sitting here creating infinite money forever, but all I would produce would be more dirty dishes. But as it stands right now, the only things that I'm producing that I can't get rid of are dirty dishes, broken appliances, and just a lot of art worth tons of money. I unfortunately can no longer take a shower either because the water has been shut off, so I am simply reduced to an unwashed life of looking at pictures of myself and paintings of an imaginary world I'll never see, all surrounded by extravagant furniture that can't be powered by electricity. I have become a prisoner to the cell of my own social isolation and decadence, consumerism, divorced from meaning or community. But what did it mean to you? I achieved my life of ambition, excellence, and upward mobility, but all at the cost of everything that made me human. I get what I deserve now, but it's okay, I want our story to have a happy ending. This wasn't a political statement, this was just a goofy adventure of a funny man. I've opened up a hole in the sheetrock. None of my artistic works can be beheld from without. Only by venturing inside does one bear witness to the paradise I have created within. It's everything I imagined it could be and more. We're gonna send Will Not Leave Out to have a friendly introduction with a passerby. You may exit now, Will. Oh, amazing, he has donned his fedora once again to greet an actual woman. Oh, wow. Oh, what a happy ending. It's so heartwarming every time. Anyway, this has been The Sims 4 One Room Challenge. I believe I did a good job until I broke the rules at the end, but I did it for you. Actually, I did it for me. As always, I'm Ambiguous Amphibian. A big thanks to my patrons who, from time to time, live in their very own rooms, are my muse, my reason, and the air I breathe. Until next time.